SA 805 Special Considerations Audit of Single Financial Statements and Specific Elements, Accounts, or Items of Financial Statements. Essays in the 100 to 700 series apply to an audit of financial statements and are to be adopted as necessary in the circumstances when applied to audits of other historical financial information. SA 805 deals with special considerations in the application of those essays to an audit of single financial statements or a specific element, account, or item of a financial statement. The single financial statement or the specific element, account, or item of a financial statement may be prepared in accordance with general purpose framework or special purpose framework. If prepared in accordance with special purpose framework, SA 800 also applies to the audit. SA 805 does not apply to the report of a competent auditor issued as a result of work performed on the financial information of a competent at the request of a group engagement team for purpose of an audit of group financial statements. The objective of the auditor when applying essays in such an audit is to address appropriately the special considerations that are relevant to the acceptance of the engagement, planning and performance of the engagement, and forming an opinion and reporting, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the entity's internal control. So the important points is SA 805 does not apply to the report of the competent auditor, which is issued at the request of the group engagement team. SA 600 applies in this case. SA 805 addresses special considerations that are relevant for acceptance of engagement, planning and performance of that engagement, and forming an opinion and reporting on financial statements or specific items, specific elements, items, or account balances. What is a single financial statement? A single financial statement is to be distinguished from a complete set of financial statements. For example, cash flow statement is a single financial statement. What is the element of a financial statement? Element of a financial statement or element means an element, account, or item of a financial statement. For example, trade receivables or cash and bank balance is an element. A single financial statement or a specific element of a financial statement includes the related notes, ordinarily comprising a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory information relevant to the financial statement or to the element. Considerations when accepting such engagement. Applications of essays. Essay 200 requires the auditor to comply with all essays relevant to the audit. In the case of an audit of a single financial statement or of a specific element of a financial statement, this requirement applies irrespective of whether the auditor is also engaged to audit the entity's complete set of financial statements. If the auditor is not also engaged to audit the entity's complete set of financial statement, the auditor shall determine whether the audit of a single financial statement or of a specific element of those financial statements in accordance with essays is practicable. Essay 200 requires the auditor to comply with relevant ethical requirements, including those pertaining to independence relating to the financial statements, audit engagement, and all essays relevant to the audit. It also requires the auditor to comply with each requirement of an essay unless in the circumstance of the audit, the entire essay is not relevant or the requirement is not relevant because it is conditional and the condition does not exist. In exceptional circumstances, the auditor may judge it necessary to depart from an relevant requirement in an essay by performing alternative audit procedures to achieve the aim of that requirement. Compliance with the requirements of essays relevant to the audit of a single financial statement or of a specific element of a financial statement may not be practicable when the auditor is not also engaged to audit the entity's complete set of financial statements. In such cases, the auditor often does not have the same understanding of the entity and its environment, including its internal control, as an auditor who also audits the entity's complete set of financial statements. The auditor also does not have audit evidence about the general quality of accounting records and other accounting information that would be acquired in an audit of entity's complete set of financial statements. Accordingly, the auditor may need further evidence to corroborate audit evidence acquired from the accounting records. In the case of an audit of a specific element of financial statements, certain essays require audit work that may be disproportionate to the element being audited. For example, although the requirements of SA 570 are likely to be relevant in the circumstance of an audit of a schedule of accounts receivable, complying with those requirements may not be practicable because of the audit effort required. If the auditor concludes that an audit of a single financial statement or of a specific element of financial statements in accordance with essays may not be practicable, the auditor may discuss with the management whether another type of engagement might be more practicable. Another type of engagement might be more practicable. Acceptability of a financial reporting framework. SA 210 requires the auditor to determine the acceptability of the financial reporting framework applied in the preparation of the financial statements. In the case of an audit of a single financial statements or of a specific element of a financial statement, this shall include whether application of the financial reporting framework will result in a presentation that provides adequate disclosures to enable the intended users to understand the information conveyed in the financial statement or the element and the effect of the material transactions and events on the information conveyed in the financial statement or the element. A single financial statement or a specific element of financial statement may be prepared in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework that is based on financial reporting framework established by an authorized or recognized standard setting organization for the preparation of a complete set of financial statements. If this is the case, determination of the acceptability of applicable framework may involve considering whether the framework includes all the requirements of the framework on which it is based that are relevant to the presentation of single financial statement or of a specific element of financial statement that provides adequate disclosures. Next, considerations when planning and performing the audit. In planning and performing the audit of a single financial statement or of a specific element of financial statement, the auditor shall adapt all essays relevant to the audit as necessary in the circumstance of the engagement. When auditing a single financial statement or a specific element of financial statement in conjunction with the audit of the entity's complete set of financial statements, the auditor may be able to use audit evidence obtained as part of the audit of the entity's complete set of financial statements in the audit of the financial statement or the element. Essays, however, require the auditor to plan and perform the audit of the financial statement or element to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence on which to base the opinion on the financial statement or on the element. The individual financial statements that comprise a complete set of financial statements and many of the elements of those financial statements, including their related notes, are interrelated. However, when auditing a single financial statement or a specific element of financial statement, the auditor may not be able to consider the financial statement or the element in isolation. Consequently, the auditor may need to perform procedures in relation to the interrelated items to meet the objective of the audit. Furthermore, the materiality determined for a single financial statement or for a specific element of financial statement may be lower than the materiality determined for the entity's complete set of financial statements. This will affect the nature, timing, and extent of the audit procedures and the evaluation of uncorrected misstatements. Form of opinion. SA 210 requires that the agreed terms of audit engagement include the expected form of any reports to be issued by the auditor. In the case of an audit of single financial statement or of a specific element of financial statement, the auditor shall consider whether the expected form of opinion is appropriate in the circumstances. The form of opinion to be expressed by the auditor depends on the applicable financial reporting framework and any applicable laws or regulations in accordance with revised SS 700. When expressing an unmodified opinion on the complete set of financial statements prepared in accordance with the fair presentation framework, The auditor's opinion, unless otherwise required by law or regulation, uses one of the following phrases. The financial statements present fairly in all material respects in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework, or financial statements give a true and fair view in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework, and when expressing an unmodified opinion on a complete set of financial statements prepared in accordance with the compliance framework. The auditor's opinion states that financial statements are prepared in all material respects in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. In the case of a single financial statement or of a specific element of a financial statement, the applicable financial reporting framework may not be explicitly address the presentation of the financial statement or of the element. This may be the case when the applicable financial reporting framework is based on a financial reporting framework established by an authorized or recognized standard setting organization for the preparation of a complete set of financial statements. The auditor therefore considers whether the expected form of opinion is appropriate in light of the applicable financial reporting framework. Factors that may affect the auditor's consideration as to whether to use the phrases presents fairly presents fairly in all material respects or gives a true and fair view in the auditor's opinion include whether the applicable financial reporting framework is explicitly or implicitly restricted to the preparation of a complete set of financial statements, whether the single financial statement or the specific element of financial statement will comply fully with each of those requirements of the framework relevant to the particular financial statement or the particular element, and the presentation of the financial statement or the specific element of the financial statement include the related notes and disclosures. If necessary, to achieve fair presentation, provide disclosures beyond those specifically required by the framework, or in exceptional circumstances depart from a requirement of the framework. The auditor's decision as to the expected form of opinion is a matter of professional judgment. It may be affected by whether use of the phrases presents fairly in all material respects or gives a true and fair view. In the auditor's opinion, on a single financial statement or on a specific element of financial statement prepared in accordance with the fair presentation framework is generally accepted in the particular jurisdiction. Forming an opinion and reporting considerations. When forming an opinion and reporting on a single financial statement or on a specific element of financial statement, the auditor shall apply the requirements in revised SA 700, adapted as necessary in the circumstance of the engagement. If the auditor undertakes an engagement to report on a single financial statement or on a specific element of financial statement in conjunction with an engagement to audit the entity's complete set of financial statements, the auditor shall express a separate opinion for each engagement. An audited single financial statement or an audited specific element of a financial statement may be published together with the entity's audited complete set of financial statements. If the auditor concludes that the presentation of a single financial statement or of a specific element of financial statement does not differentiate it sufficiently from the complete set of financial statement, the auditor shall ask management to rectify the situation. The auditor shall also differentiate the opinion on the single financial statement or on the specific element of a financial statement from the opinion on the complete set of financial statements. The auditor shall not issue the auditor's report containing the opinion on a single financial statement or on the specific element of a financial statement until satisfied with the differentiation. If in the opinion in the auditor's report on an entity's complete set of financial statements is modified, or that report includes an emphasis of matter paragraphs or other matter paragraphs, the auditor shall determine the effect that this may have on the auditor's report on a single financial statement or on a specific element of those financial statements. When deemed appropriate, the auditor shall modify the opinion on the single financial statement or on the specific element of financial statement, or include an emphasis of matter paragraph or other matter paragraph in the auditor's report accordingly. If the auditor concludes that it is necessary to express an adverse opinion or disclaimer of opinion on the entity's complete set of financial statements as a whole. Revised SA 705 does not permit the auditor to include in the same auditor's report an unmodified opinion on a single financial statement that forms part of those financial statements or on a specific element that forms part of those financial statements. This is because such an unmodified opinion would contradict the adverse opinion or disclaimer of opinion on the entity's complete set of financial statements as a whole. If the auditor concludes that it is necessary to express an adverse opinion or disclaim an opinion on the entity's complete set of financial statements as a whole, but in the context of a separate audit of a specific element that is included in those financial statements, the auditor nevertheless considers it appropriate to express an unmodified opinion on the element on that element. The auditor shall only do so if auditor is not prohibited by law or regulation from doing so. The opinion is expressed in the auditor's report that is not published together with the auditor's report containing the adverse opinion or disclaimer of opinion, and the specific element does not constitute a major portion of the entity's complete set of financial statements. The auditor shall not express an unmodified opinion on a single financial statements of a complete set of financial statements if the auditor has expressed an adverse opinion or disclaimed an opinion on the complete set of financial statements as a whole. This is the case even if the auditor's report on a single financial statement is not published together with the auditor's report containing the adverse opinion or disclaimer of opinion. This is because a single financial statement is deemed to constitute a major portion of those financial statements. Revised SA 700 requires the auditor, in forming an opinion, to evaluate whether the financial statements provide adequate disclosures to enable the intended users to understand the effect of material transactions and events on the information conveyed conveyed in the financial statements. In the case of a single financial statement or of a specific element of a financial statement, it is important that financial statements or the element include the related notes in view of the requirements of applicable financial reporting framework, provides adequate disclosures to enable the intended users to understand the information conveyed in the financial statement or the element and the effect of the material transactions and events on the information conveyed in the financial statement or the element, even when the modified opinion on the entity's complete set of financial statements, emphasis of matter paragraph or other matter paragraph does not relate to the audited financial statement or audited element. The auditor may still deem it appropriate to refer to the modification in an other matter paragraph in an auditor's report on the financial statement or on the element because the auditor judges it to be relevant to the user's understanding of the audited financial statement or the audited element or the related auditor's report. In the auditor's report on an entity's complete set of financial statement, the expression of the disclaimer of opinion regarding the results of operations and cash flows where relevant, and an unmodified opinion regarding the state of affairs is permitted since the disclaimer of opinion is being issued in respect of the results of the operations and cash flows only and not in respect of financial statements as a whole. SA 800 and SA 805 do not override the requirements of other essays, nor do they purport to deal with all specific all special considerations that may be relevant in the circumstance of the engagements. Examples of specific elements, accounts, or items of financial statements are account receivables, allowance for doubtful account receivables, inventory, liability for accrued benefits of a private pension plan, the recorded value of identified intangible assets, or the liability for incurred but not reported claims in an insurance portfolio, including related notes, a schedule of externally managed assets and income of a private pension plan, including related notes, a scheme of net tangible assets, including related notes, a scheme of disbursements in relation to a leased property, including explanatory notes. Essay 805 important points. If any adverse or disclaimer of opinion is given in complete set of financial statements, then as per Essay 805, in respect to single financial statements, unmodified opinion is not allowed because single financial statements is an important part of complete set of financial statements. As per Essay 805, in respect of specific element, unmodified opinion is allowed provided three conditions are satisfied. Next, in the complete set of financial statements, qualified opinion is given. In such a case, unmodified opinion is allowed in summary set of financial statements. Next, in complete set of financial statements, adverse or disclaimer opinion is given. In such a case, summary set of financial statements can give no opinion